What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Another video, another show. And today we're going to Richard W. to Court Park in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. I tell you what, after the Wheel Life Rally, I was so pumped up to start riding on dirt, to learn how to ride on trails. And I was trying to find some place close to me. Now you can see by the sign it says no motorized vehicles. I was like, hey, I'm going to ride here. If they don't want me here, someone will ask me to leave. Now, I was there riding my bike before. I've seen other people on bikes. So I said, let me just take a shot. No one asked me to leave. So I just continued riding. Had a blast. This is a nature reserve. So there's all types of wildlife here. Birds, fish, all kind of things. Snuffleupagus, big bird. They're all there. But yeah, I was just looking forward to getting back on some dirt, getting back on some gravel, getting back on some sand. And as you can see, this place is beautiful, and hopefully you can see the terrain there. If not, you'll see it in some later shots in the video. So right here, I'm starting out, it's some leaves mixed in with a little bit dirt, sand, and rock, and I'm zipping along. Now, what I did, and I felt so much more comfortable after I increased the PSI on my tire. Normally I ride at about 25 or 26 on the street. On this, I'm riding at about 30 or 31 PSI, and I felt that the Tesla was just handling a lot better. It felt like the tire was just carving into that trail with ease. I felt very secure and stable while riding. Now, one thing you have to be careful with when you're riding here, certain parts of the trail, you're going to have water on your left and your right. So if you come off your wheel and your wheel gets loose and decides to go off, you're going to be doing some fishing trying to get it out of that water. So you have to be mindful of that. But overall, I had a great time. There were some people was a touch, I can't say crowded, but there were some people, as you can see right there. And so I was very mindful. I didn't want to, you know, upset anybody, but everyone was pretty cool. I did get some looks. I think I got more looks out of curiosity, like, what the F are you riding around on? I had a couple of people ask me. But if you look in the distance, that's actually New York City right there, off in the distance. Now, I know that the Tesla is not the best wheel to ride on trails, but this is all that I have. So you got to rock what you got, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to master learning how to ride this thing on dirt, you know, until I get a new wheel. But it felt actually pretty solid. Now, is this the same caliber, of course, as the Wheel Life Rally 2020? No, it's not. But it still felt great to have that dirt feel, that gravel feel underneath my Tesla. Because I noticed after the wheel rally, I got home, I took my wheel out the car, and I said, let me just go through a quick rip through the neighborhood, and I did. And I felt so much more connected on a road. I felt so much tighter on a road. Like my wheel was like, it was like I was riding a different wheel. And I was like, man, it clicked. It's like, hey, that's from riding on those trails. Riding on trails will make you a better rider. That's why I was like, I gotta ride more trails. So that's really about it. Um, this is a really cool place to ride. Now, back in this section, I was just taking my time, and as I'm riding, I'm just memorizing the terrain. I'm slowing down in certain sections to make sure there's no holes in the grass. I do not want to come off my wheel. My wheel just run away from me. Like I said earlier, there's water on the right and the left behind those cattails over there. And these trails are actually pretty long. The next time I go, I'll make sure to flash up some numbers of how long these trails are. But it's actually nice to ride on. Now it had just rained, so I wasn't even sure if this place was going to be rideable. I thought it was going to be super muddy, but it wasn't. You had some like puddles like that on the far side of the reserve, but everything else was fairly dry. And I believe I hit probably about 27 miles an hour that day. That was my top speed, I believe, or a little bit over. So I was definitely not on a Sunday drive on this thing. I was pushing the wheel pretty good. Like I would take a few rips up one section, see what it was all about, and then I would come down the other side, just do a U-turn, come back down and rip it down the other side. I would always check the terrain first. But that is it. If you like videos like this, you give it a thumbs up, sub to the channel. I'm going to start running my mouth for right now. But hey, thank you so much for joining me, and just enjoy the rest of the video.